Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious, laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is Leka and Polcratidinus that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious and enervating lematas were excogitatedly ruminate how the recidivistical politicals move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. But now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating thing with a financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous remonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum. Balderdash and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian, that it is crystal clear, like the biblical mene teke you've seen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not kowtow in their poho. Today, what we get in return, what we get in appreciation is the colossal Gargantua, high cost of living. What an opprobrium. What an odium. What an ignominious memento. That even at the barbituration of the so much acclimatized by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanica, boisterous, energetic, and a rooting tooting, but today for party affiliation, sentiments, for political somnambulism and malocclusion, he has chosen to remain close-mouthed, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming, meaning he has kowtowed in their poll. This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious. That is what you get when the hobo, pejoratively hobnobs with the hobgoblin, have been bamboozled, razzle-dazzled, razzmatazz politically. Where I said he was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a lung disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is pneumono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. This is erotic, vivacious. This is voluptuous. Who is this clamorously glamorous and a felicitous latitudinaria? Could she be a Vigo in Tata or a Tyro? Immaculately, a corroboration of a captivating and a charming. Oh my God! This is sonorous, salubrious, and a revivalistic resonance. Let's make this moment reactivationistic, tenacious, and agglutinative. Pardon my manners, I am not a twaddler, but a logomaniac, a sesquipedalian, a rooting tooting, benevolent and not malevolent, a prodigy, a coruscate, an enigma, a virtuoso who doesn't believe in the male chauvinism, and I reside in a collocation of the intellectual bulldozers, not mediocres. I am not into malebranchism. I am only here to stir up your emotional rococo and scare away the yobos for me to fall into lustration with this voluptuous, erotic, and vivacious inamorato. Never mind, I unleash my grandiloquence and vocabularies in chain, like the organic molecules, reminding you of the movement of your slowpogans in the days of the Alaquata main. What? My amorousness, gregariosity, avariciousness, and cupidity has led me into the transcendental and transamination of this inoculated concupiscence, where I saw my consanguinity's advice as being vituperative, contumelous, and contumacious. Oh, what an irreparable relegation! Oh, yes. No, it reminds me of the biblical Eloi Eloi Lama Sabachthani and the musical Emi Demi Semi Weah. Oh, could it be melodramatic? Could it be mendacious, meretricious, rather veracious? Now I'm in a limbo and quandary. What an emotional perturbation. What a petulant and venomous egoistic deflection. I thought I have found my Val. Oh, now I have to kowtow in this poho. I must kowtow in this poho.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away. but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Another day, we are grateful to God Almighty who has allowed us to see this day. He's faithful, he's good, he is wonderful. We are excited. He is the God who reigns over the universe in holiness and in righteousness, in truth and justice. He is the God of justice. He is the God of justice. He is not only a righteous God, but the God of justice, and that is his core character. He is the justice God. We are grateful, very grateful for this time. Honorable J.D. Williams, Johnsonville, Navarrete M., Toronto, Barbara Rose Stanford, Brooklyn, New York City, Daniel Mulbaum, Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Fatu Sharif, Matthew Choloplay. You've been off for a good while. Matthew Choloplay, I guess you've been busy, but good that you are back on the show. Kuda Williams have been laughing. Kuda Williams. Kuda Williams says, so you start the show with dictionary for us? My guys, the grammarians, they are on every weekend. Keita Mohammed Sekou, Matilda Stevens, she said, che. My guys, those are my guys. Good to have you people on. My future plays this guy no book. More than one guy is screaming us. Yeah, man. You're enjoying my guys, eh? These are great guys. Great guys. Yeah, great guys. William Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, Asata Miller, Red Light, Glia Williams, Red Line, Solo Watcosia, Gatnersville, Juju Onewell, Johnsonville, Venetia's Bar, Daniel George, GSA Road, Saturday, Weah, Atlanta, United States, Lawrence Smith, ELW Junction, Henry T. Toll Jr., Caldwell, Diane Davis, Manhattan, New York, your residents, Emmanuel Weah, Bond County, David Downingtown, Boaca, Zoldua, Mecklin Street, Waterside, Gette, Do Community, Jackson C. Pony Iron Factory, Block C, Community, member of the Intellectual Center Block Titan, alongside the chairman, down to F chairman, everlasting chairman, chairman for life, a chairman whose presence you want to be in and you will never regret it. Just as people crave, you never ever regret being in the presence of common citizen George Weah. So is his junior man, Romancio Latupan Kenneball for short. Good to have you on the show. Strong Jowian, strong, very strong Jowian. But I like that setup. His wife is a die-hard supporter of Unity Party and Joseph Boakai. Die-hard. And he is a die-hard supporter of George Weah. You don't say anything funny around him about George Weah. He will not attack you. He will not say anything awful to you. But most respectfully, he will leave your presence so that confusion doesn't come from there. And that's wisdom. The wife is a die-hard supporter of Joe Boakai. But guess what? God knows how to pair people. The woman is very easy. Very, very easy. Marie, very easy. Very. That the man radical. And the two can flow. You see how God is great? Yes. No confusion in the home. The man ready for a CDC thing. He put on a CDC regalia. He moving here and there. The woman ready. She put on her Unity Party stuff. They're flowing. Simple. That's great. Good to have all of you people on. Today is Friday. It's Therapeutic Friday. Yes, Great Friday as we head closer to another great week. God has been faithful. God has been good. He has been protecting us at Kings 88.5. His presence hovers the station protectively. He has never fallen short of his promise. He has protected us individually, and he has kept us together as a family, and he has never ever and will never ever lose out or miss out on a battle. He wins every battle. Grateful we are. Israel Houston want to start with Never Lost. We never and will never ever lose a battle. He is God. He is faithful. He's almighty. Great. Where do we get started? Okay. So, part of our responsibility is to take the goods of the show. Relax yourself. We've got the issues to talk about. It's the weekend, but at the same time, we have to get your goods off the shelf. You need us, and we need you. It's complementary. So we market the product for you. We give you the customers. We tell the customers why your business is the right and why you should do business with that institution and get to that institution always.
If I tell you, say I love you, oh.
Miss Sarah, she used to wake up with back pain every morning.
And never sleep last night. I can't keep waking up like this.
That was before she discovered Lefoco mattress. And when she got there, she discovered a whole new home supplies, different types and size of mattress. Foam mattresses, Royal mattress, Princess mattress, Prima mattress, Alpha mattress, Star mattress, Sita mattress, and foam sheets of all sizes and quality. Cushions, customized size of all qualities pillow, kitchen foam, furniture, sofa, beds of all size. Love Foco, not just mattresses anymore. They are a whole new place to get all your household needs and appliances. Trust me, Lab Foco is different. It's designed to adjust to your sleeping style and make your house comforting.
Wow, this feels amazing. My back already feels better.
Be like Sarah and enjoy the luxury comfort with style. With Le Foco, you will wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. Le Foco Mattress Factory, located at the Bowman's Bridge opposite the J.W. Harris High School, or call 0886 106 106 or 0886 109 109, or better still 0778 106 106 or 0778 109 109, or follow on Facebook. Le Foco.
30 billion for the account, yo.
Great. So you want to get the goods off the shelf, you want to market, you ought to. No business prosper without marketing. It is the core, it is the pillar, the foundation, it is the reason for which you can maximize profit if you are to flourish in your business. Marketing. And we do just that. If it is market on Kings 88.5, guess what? You will always come back, because you will not only experience the profit, but the capital will be solid and it will expand. Where do we start now? All right. So the ceremony is on. I think it's almost ended in Grangida County, but let's hold on to that. Let's talk about what unfolded on the fringe of the burial and reburial, the fantasy reburial. Nesedo, it is a burial. The reburial is a fantasy. They have fantasy reburial. Fantasy reburial is a burial of joke where you make fun of the family. Samuel Doe has no grave, or there is no grave for Samuel Doe. He was strewn whichever way his kilots felt they needed to. His body is unknown to this day. And memorial service will have sufficed for that. It will have made sense. Then a casket burial. When you see a situation like that, it is a fantasy burial, meaning it's just for the sentiment, just for the talk, nothing really sorrow in it. No. So Unity Party is capitalizing to gain the political score they want to gain. But that is not the issue. That is not the issue. What unfolded before, the misunderstanding that ensued between Representative Yeke Koluba and former rebel fighter turned man of God, and it is still living with that warlike attitude, which is not right of him. Now people know that he's not really a changed person. Those of you who lambast at people who are not supportive of this government, but they are men of God, you call them all kinds of names, you vilify them, you say all kinds of awful things about them. What can you people say about your pastor, Botneke? Listen to his rant from Grangida County. If you are converted and those things are coming from your mouth, then it means there wasn't a conversion. It only means the war ended, you kill a lot of people, and you had to say something to them so that they will accept you into society. A repentant person never talk about his past. No repentant person. Anything that you've come to the realization was wrong, you did wrong, and you sought forgiveness, from that moment, you never ever, no matter how you are provoked, no matter what people say, you never ever bring back the past of who you were, what you did. You can still do. You may think that you are sounding right, but you're bringing back the past of what people have for you. Yeke goes into the county and Yeke command the population. Vast majority of the people of Grangida County, including motorcyclists, they turn in the direction. AB told you on the show last night and show you it by evidence. Buakai entry into Grangida like Zopeno, a normal person going in the county or any other county person. No enthusiasm, no excitement. Before AB started the show, we were looking at some of the images. The president arriving just like ordinary person going in. After creating a scene, I expected that the president arrival would be one of triumphant entry. After stealing the show, after taking ownership of something that is undeserving to gain political relevance or score political capital, my understanding was Mr. President and delegation in Grangida County will have been a triumphant one. That Mr. President, you see the reception. Just few voices. Some people didn't even know that was the president. He arrived in Grangida County. Before then, Yeke and Butt Naked, they were all there. Butt Naked said that it was because of Yeke that he went there. And so they started exchanging words of threat at each other. The two of them fought the war in Liberia. Their records are evident. They're not hiding it. With the War Crimes Code, a dead one, so they're not going to go there. Have a listen to the argument first. Let's have a listen to Botnike first, the evangelist. Unity Party people, I am laying emphasis on this because, sorry to say, most of you Unity Party people are so dull. When others are expressing their opinion, you tend to behave or act like you're so clever, you know everything when you're mentally empty. You begin to blast at those people. You say you men of God. What kind of men of God? Yeah, you are not even called by all kinds of awful things. Not realizing that you have men of God in your rank too. This is your men of God. I am saying it because we're about to play the clip so that you hear what kind of men of God will use this. Even if you fought, everybody knows that you fought, but you say that you are a changed person now. Even God said it in his word. He said a repentant person never looks back on the past. What that means is whatever you do, whatever you say in the past is gone. You never ever bring it in the present. Because bringing it in the present will bring the past back. And people will be afraid. Even those who have some kind of ill feeling against you, people who you may have done something to, people who know what you did dreadfully, they will get angry again. Even if you're referencing another person or you're talking to another person, you don't go back. You avoid using that. Even if temper tantrum enter into you, you want to control. You want to watch your words. Listen to Unity Party evangelist, former rebel leader, butt naked.
Nobody will hold me. Anything you want to say about me, you will say about me. You can call about the step here today. Nobody will hold me. The army will not hold me. The police will not hold me. Nobody will hold me.
The army, meaning, will not stop him. The army, the police. I don't know what he meant by that, but in a political context, I can interpret it this way. I am a supporter of Joseph Yema Boaka and Unity Party, so whatever I'm doing, they will protect me. That it, isn't that? That's it.
For me, you will say about me. You can call about the step here today. Nobody will hold me. The army will not hold me. The police will not hold me. Nobody will hold me. And most of you that were calling me, you saw I caught on my phone, right? As right after the life, I caught it on my phone again. I'm still parading. The program will go peacefully and it will pass. You can call about the step different time. When he in Montreal, he cursing. I can't talk to him. Because when he was cursing the last time, I didn't stop him from cursing. I don't have the moral strength to stand from, you gotta say, oh, don't call Mr. Boaka and what have you. I will be hypocritical. I will be definitely hypocritical because when he was cursing the last time, I didn't go to advise him, even though he and myself close through his wife. But I did not stop him. So I can't stop him now. I can't go to his old reggae, slow down your cursing. That's not my style. Anybody who know me know I'm not a hypocrite. And you know I don't give mean threats if you know me. So you who know Yeke, you love him, you tell him that he's disturbing, he's cursing. Thank God the county leadership, security-wise, have responded, and they are every junction now, and his convoy is hiding. I got my intel that he waiting for the program to be going on for him to rush there. Myself too, I came to the program. I just came to make sure that the old man and his wife get a better burial. That he waiting for the program to be going on for him to rush there. Myself too, I came to the program. I just came to make sure that the old man and his wife get a better burial. That he waiting for the program to be going on for him to rush there. Myself too, I came to the program. I just came to make sure that the old man and his wife get a better burial. That he waiting for the program to be going on for him to rush there. Myself too, I came to the program. I just came to make sure that the old man and his wife get a better burial. So I around the town. I want to see him going to the step there. I want to see him going to. The truth here is the only difference between he and myself. He choose the side of politics, and I choose the clerical side. I choose ministry. But the both of us were equally rebels from different sides. So he honorable man now. I'm also an honorable man in my own respect as an evangelist. The same craziness that stay here to fight is stay my head before I fought before too. And the same way he can say we should go to the head is the same way he must say almost the same head story. We don't run away from our actions. So I like him. You don't run away from his action. The same way I'm not willing to run away from my action.
Listen to the next version.
For them to know that most of those children that are behind Yeke, because of the poverty, national government is projecting to our young people. They can come and give them $10 a day, and the children will move from behind while they're doing to be walking behind them. But it will not be all the good children. But tomorrow, if anything happens, people are going to blame it on motorcyclists, while Yeke will be back in Monrovia drinking his wine or doing something else. If any negative thing happen now, they're going to blame motorcyclists. So I have called on the motorcyclist leadership. If those guys are not among them, let them tell us. If those guys are local hustlers on motorcycle in this community, let them stop them from being behind him in such number. It is not good for the president, our president, to be in this enclosed environment and such things going on. Therefore, I'm sounding this caveat. Yes, to the motorcyclist leaders,
Let them check among those guys. If their men are among those guys, they should reduce their men among those guys, because any negative thing happen, they will hold them. I also want to send a caveat to the head of AFL in this county and the head of police in this county. They cannot stop his movement. He's right. He has the freedom of movement. But within such group, and the president is here, I want to see police presence in Yeke's convoy. If not, 20 minutes, I, Joshua Milton Bly, son of the Southeast, will join the convoy of Yeke Kaluba and all of his group.
That was the former fighter, Milton Bly, or General Bot Neke. He went there purposely to counter Yeke, because he felt, or may have heard, that Yeke was going to cause stir. Interestingly, Yeke did not go to cause any stir. It was organized. They aren't smart. Everything they plan is exposed. People from in their own inner cycle leaking out information. Nobody ever planned to do anything. Yeke went in there, not the spokesman of Yeke. I'm just reporting what we've been following throughout the night and days. Yeke just went in there to create that alive atmosphere and speak with the people there. But Yeke been going from county to county. He was in Ima County for the senatorial election. He was in Grand Cape County. The people there resisted him. He said he would stay go. They came out and said the next time he went there, they will bring the devil outside to attack him. Unity Party superintendent came out and say that if he said anything against President Bouaka, they will bring the devil out. Yeke went back in Grand Cape County. It is the normal. It's what he does. That is his own political niche. So Botneke felt that Yeke was going to cause a stir there. Now, Yeke in his rational self can do that. Why would Yeke want to cause confusion, upset the ceremony with the president there and other dignitaries? Yeke was far from that area. Botneke got it wrong. He went there now portraying that warlike attitude. He is a crime man. He's from Grand Jida County. Sorry, we have to say it raw. So let's bring you Yeke's response.
You think you can make me scared? You for war. As I met you now for war. And fighting war, people talk one with hell. So you kill people, you are not wrong for killing them. If I want to see you fight, I will kill you. I am not discussing you. You see what I bring the problem, right? I don't discuss people, they don't want to start with me. When I start, they don't say you get a problem. I think I ever come born again. They will ride enjoy ourselves. We come and go back to my mirror here to go enjoy ourselves, right? I come born again, and here one calling money, one again waiting for you. Come, I beg you. Don't waste time. Don't let me leave for you before you do that. Man, I don't get here like in Nima Kade. When I see Yeke was serving, I spent 1 week in Nima running cafe. I spent 1 week in Nima going from play to play. But when he knew that I let you did, one naked, I respect as my in-law. But if you want to take advantage of it, it will not be all right. Because I'm supposed to be here. This is a country. There's nothing in the constitution that bans me from going to any country of this country. And I challenge you, one naked. If the thing they put talking at two, please come. I don't know come later. Please come, waiting for you. When you hear me and my man going back to my Mary Hill, how can they play? Come. Hey, you want to follow my phone? I want to say you. I beg you, please make it quick. If I'm not leaving Nigeria tomorrow, I show the people of this country. I want to leave Nigeria today to go to Rewaji and go to Maryland. But I will be in Nigeria up to tomorrow. Because of what they said, I don't know. I don't want to believe it. But I want to give him more time. I don't want to be and I say, oh, but the man get all the man run away. They think they put up, but you're not believing it, yeah? But because of what they put said, I will leave tomorrow. I will sleep here again and leave Nigeria tomorrow. What's wrong you? You want something paper and boss it?
That what unfolded between the two of them and is still on, even though they share a link. But Neke is related, I think, to Yeke's wives. That you heard the two of them say that. But they have stooped low. They stay stooping low. And the Unity Party people like it. But in this situation, who needed to be calm? Not Yeke Koluba, but Nege. Now he put out his pass. Yeke put out his pass too. What has it profited them? It just shows that everywhere the president is, everywhere he goes to have an event, there is noise. Have you noticed that Boga have never had a program anywhere since his ascendancy? I beg all of you, if you have the time, take all of those events without confusion. From the inauguration to this one, the 27th, look at all of those events. You'll see confusion associated. Confusion. Or, I challenge you, or defy me, challenge me. Take all of the events since Bouaka ascended the presidency, from the inauguration until today, put all on the table. You'll see confusion alongside confusion. The inauguration, you saw how it went. The State of the Nation address, you saw it again. And you saw the State of the Nation address. The man, he comes in here, say, drink small water. Then you tell the people, SYZ, then you go. You look at it. You give me one event since Bouaka ascended that was never associated with confusion. Some kind of scary scene. Even out of Liberia and Uganda, was it Uganda when he went for that NEJ summit? His voice was cracking. The people realized that he was gradually falling off. The lady had to play the smart by inserting herself into the situation when she said, Mr. President, sorry, we are running out of time. You will have to interrupt you. That's what she said. Mr. President, sorry, we are running out of time. We have to interrupt you. It's an intelligent way of saying that we see your physique. Your countenance is not responding. It is not normal. Your voice is cracking. Now you are not on your home soil. You are in our land. We have to be very mindful. So we are taking this proactive measure. Funeral, wahala. Political event, wahala. Everything. You look at it, my people, I beg you. That is the essence of existence. It is not only us, which is our responsibility as media people to check these things. That's what journalism is all about. But you as citizen journalists too, you can check. Sit down and ask for those events. If you don't see from the inauguration coming all the way, you don't see confusion associated with them, then do not believe me again. The president had not gone. He hasn't gone to a gathering that it starts in peace, it ends in peace. So what did he say in Grand Cape Man, not Grand Cape Man, but Grand Jide? Let's go to his speech. What did he say? His eulogy that he delivered at the funeral, or the fantasy. I consider that a fantasy stuff. You don't do that. You don't do that. That thing was a pure political stuff. And do you know that the rift or the misunderstanding has not settled yet? The dust hasn't settled between Veronica Mamindo and Zopeno. One of the saints, they sat together, and Zopeno turned this way. He turned his back to Mamindo, and Mamindo on the other side. Another time, Mamindo is looking in her phone. She knew what you were doing, and Zopeno was just looking in there directly. Apparently, he was about to say or saying to himself, this woman writing something about me right here again. The president said, we gathered here today with solemn hearts and a shared sense of reverence to honor and re-enter We gathered here today with solemn hearts and shared sense of reverence to honor and reinter the remains of our former head of state, President Samuel Kanyando, and his loving wife, and the late former First Lady, Mrs. Nancy Doe. This is not just a burial. Have a listen. This is not just a burial. It is a moment of national reflection, a time to reconcile with our history, to heal from our wounds, and to remember with respect and response. You want to ask yourself, who writes for the president? Who writes his speech? Here is a clear, practical irony of what the president is and what the people see him. The country is in a disaster. The country is divided. Reconciliation has been extinct. It doesn't exist in Liberia. Who reflects on what? So the president goes to deliver a speech or a eulogy that he himself does not even understand. When you are reading, you must know the message you're sending. You must have an understanding, practically the etymology of every word and the contextualization of it. That is the essence of any public address you give. This is not just a burial. It was just a burial. Come on. It is a moment of national reflection on what? Reflection on what? Ask him, he wouldn't be able to explain it. But it was given to him to read. A time to reconcile. How many times has he not used the word reconciliation in some of his public addresses? But who is the most vindictive? Who is the person who hates reconciliation? The person who is pathologically unreconciliatory? The president. His character. He's not in utopia. He's on earth. We're seeing it. We're seeing the characteristics. He lied on Unification Day when he said he made a telephone call to former presidents Weah and Ellen and Alexander Cummings and the other people. Only to hear that wasn't true. The president has never attempted anything in this country called reconciliation. Instead, every day he puts out hate. He creates division. He demonstrates grudge. What there now, with the country in this kind of bad state, that people will reflect? You know what you mean when you reach it? Oh, come on, Baka, man. Anyway, I can understand. 80? Going to 81? No. Along the way, you have mental retardedness. Dementia sets in. So people will just program it and say, just go say this. That's all. This is not just a barrier. It is a moment of national reflection, A time to reconcile. A time to reconcile with our history. What history to reconcile with? This country, what history? If there was a history, you stole this one to gain political relevance. So reconcile with what history? You can reconcile with the history of the past, the most recent past. You can reconcile with that history. Instead, you discarded that history as being irrelevant. You're going after people, you're jailing them, you're doing everything you can as per your power. Heal our wounds. Then he said, and to remember with respect and purpose. Samuel Doe, we say, President Samuel Doe led Liberia through a decade of immense challenges. From 1980 to 1990, he rose to power as a young man with bold vision. At least you can acknowledge that he rose to power with bold vision, but you, no vision. To empower ordinary Liberians and lift the voices of those long marginalized. I want these paragraphs. Want to look for a paragraph that he blundered. Okay. This is one. He said the third paragraph in his address. No, not the third paragraph. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the fifth paragraph. I speak not only as president, but also as someone who served under President Doe. Who know his record under President Doe? When I open the line, you'll tell me, yeah? All right. I speak not only as president, but also as someone who served under President Doe. I served first as managing director of Liberia Produce and Marketing Corporation, and later Minister of Agriculture. You give me his performance. You put his report card out. He said, through our work together, I came to know him personally. He was determined. He was sometimes misunderstood, but he was always committed to improving the lives of the Liberian people. Our collaboration was built on mutual respect and shared vision of national service. And on and on. All right, so long. Then what's the next one? I'm just skating. I'm not looking for the history line, the ones he blundered. All right, this paragraph, this paragraph, almost at the end. This is what Mr. President will say. Honorable doctor. The man a doctor. The man has honorary doctor degree. Yeah. Honorary doctor degree. You call him doctor. He said, let us reject bitterness. Let us reject bitterness. Even Satan preaches this kind of message. In the Bible, Satan preaches this kind of message. The most devilish, the most hateful, the most cunning character called Satan, he preaches this kind of message. There's a couple of messages like this about Satan in the Bible. That's why he makes you to feel that he is a figment. He isn't real, but he makes you to feel that he's real, that he's good, that he has nothing against. But he is the most devilish person. Put this. Yeah, it's a man talking. The man who is vindictive, who is bitter, who keeps grudge, who today he doesn't speak to people that he feel he ought not to speak to, even though they are citizens of the country and they serve their country and they still serving their country. The man who created division, a gulf, talking or preaching rejection of bitterness. What an irony. You see why God is so good? And you see why God is so good? He said in Matthew 7, If you think speck is in your brother's eye, Matthew 7, 1 to 5. If you think speck is in your brother's eye and you want him to take it up, make sure that you don't have a bitter heart. You are not deadly in heart. You are not hateful. You are not unreconciliatory. Just make sure that you have no problem. The man who has all of those characteristics, sorry to say, of the devil, is preaching rejection of bitterness when he's the most bitter person. The man refused to reconcile. He refused to do anything with his people. But instead, he would take on situations to gain political relevance from it. Look at the country today. The country is bitter. The country is divided. He's not even dreaming after international partners have told him the first and foremost thing you need to do as president is to create the atmosphere of reconciliation. Reconciliation is compulsory. Instead, once you're not in the rank of unity party, you are from hell. Yeah, it's a president. Liberia's president. The most bitter person is talking about rejecting bitterness. Let us reject bitterness. Let us reject division. Yeah, God. You see Satan incarnate. This is what is referred to as Satan incarnate. You are the most hateful. You create division. You've divided. You stay dividing. Then you say we should reject. Let us reject bitterness. Let us reject division. Let us walk forward with hope, guided by love for our country and faith in our shared destiny. Let us protect the peace we now have with vigilance and cherish it with patriotism. My people, what more can I say? You know it more than I know. You've seen it in the past, you're seeing it now, and you will continue to see the irony of President Joseph Yema Boakai. Has he done any one of these? Never. He hasn't. So why call? Why call? None of these he has done. Instead, it is the opposite. And these are characteristics of the devil. And these are characteristics that the president demonstrates. Bitterness, division, unreconciliatory, and on and on. What did God say? Reconcile with one another. Let there be no division amongst you. Love one another. What did he say of statesmen? The Bible has statesmen, current and former. So that's it. Sorry to say, but in my opinion, this is my candid opinion from what I observed. No disrespect, but that whole thing in Grangeda County was a political showmanship, a fun fair. Just take Unity Party people, everybody go sit down there. The atmosphere, they didn't show a state barrier. Because when you have division, listening, the Bible said God does not work in the midst of division. Once you people are divided, once the heart is bitter, once there is a rift, the Bible said the Spirit of God is off, and what you will see is only human existence. And the outcome is nothing good will come of that place. The atmosphere will just be as dead as the dead body. And that's what you see in Grangeda County. Before then, the family or the daughter killed the daughter showed bitterness from the onset. The man who's calling for rejection of bitterness didn't stop her. She demonstrated division. The man who calling for the rejection of division did not stop her, and on and on. All of his ministers, they were supportive of aid. They turned it into a political theater. Yeah, the public make the best of fun of aid. And that's what you get now, you see in Grangida County. The family is divided. I can assure you people, right after that thing today, you're going to hear a lot more. But what happened? What happened? I think that was purely traditional. The lady soon took to social media, had Zoe Penner. Zoe Penner stole the two caskets of her mother and father, all kinds of things she had to say. When she realized it, attempting to take down the post, it was late. People share it all over. And because she being on that side, she understand a jink thing about tradition. So she just felt that, oh yes, Zoe Penner was the one. She did not know who her father was. What happened in Grangida was purely traditional. There are things that you see when the person died, you did not know, either when you were small or before you were born. Though was not a small man, as far as we know traditionally we heard. That's why it's good to sit with elderly people and get oral tradition or oral education. Though was not a small man, not because he was a president or you saw him as president and a military man. Though was a different person. Though was made, he was programmed, he was developed before and in the presidency. The people did the ritual, they perform. You think that thing you saw in Grangida County, Samuel Koga jumping over Prince Johnson's body? You saw the small one in Grangida? That one, that thing in Nima County, it wasn't anything. The one that happened in Grangida, that what they call mystery. Mystery. Casket lost, come back. I was afraid, honestly, when that thing came out and she just started shouting and ranting, writing, that this lady has to be careful. It is not because she's the daughter. But listen, you cannot, when you're in the midst of the zones, the way you will say things of an empty politician, it is not how you say or say things when the zones have gathered. She did not know that her father was not an ordinary person. She did not know that her father was occultic. And it was time for the people to perform in the date. After that, you're going to hear a lot more. But that's what happened in the county with the burial of the first lady and the fantasy burial of Samuel Doe. Yeah, my namesake, Samuel Doe. Let's go to this one, then we turn to you. Let's go to the United States. Liberia will agree. Liberia will agree to this. This government will accept this. This government will agree to this. This government. I'm not convinced that they will fend it off. I'm convinced they will give in. The pressure, the man, he gave in. He was excited to sign war crimes code, to set up the office. So this one, I think he will he will give in. He will agree to it. Yes, he will agree to this one. The request made by the United States government, and they said it in a way like you ought to do. If you don't, then you will be penalized or you will not get support. Just like the former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, when he came here, he put it in Ellen's face. He said, if you can allow same-sex marriage, you will not receive support from the West. So they've made this request, and several countries, several. Let me share some of the countries with you. Liberia is in there. And just so you know, Liberia they haven't done anything yet. The 60 days expire, and Liberia might likely be banned. Visa restriction might likely hit Liberia. The country might likely be banned. They have not done anything significant yet. They stay sitting down, enjoying themselves. The president said he constituted a task force to look at it. When the time that they needed to do, they did not. The 60 days expired, and they're doing nothing still. Watch it. So here is it. The United States government will make a proposal, a U.S. proposal for a third country deportation. Third country deportation as funding is cut for global vaccine program. What are they? Is Liberia there? Where is Liberia? Okay, Liberia is included on the list of countries that the U.S. has asked or intend to ask, if they have not asked, intend to ask to accept expelled individuals who are not citizens of that country, including criminals. Yeah. Did you get it? The United States government has a list, and they are proposing, or they intend to ask countries to accept expelled individuals who are not citizens of that country, including criminals. Look at Sam Briggs. He said the citizen must agree for what citizen? I beg you, yeah. So Liberia has been included on that proposed list of 51 countries. 51 countries identified by the U.S. government to accept deportees that will include criminals. So they send the criminals in your country. But Liberia ain't got nothing. Liberia is a village. They see Liberia as a place, a dump site. That's how. And listen, if this is not provoking to this government, or if they cannot learn lesson and be proactive or recalibrate and position themselves, do something better with the resources of this country so that the independence will show, countries will always see this place as a dump site. You continue to put the resources, the natural resources of this country at the disposal of the white skin. Let them deplete it to the core and turn around and give you 10 million. Then you are excited. The European Union and the Liberian government signed a grant of 10 million euros. The United States government and the Liberian government have signed a memorandum of understanding for a grant of 50 million. Be excited by that. That your own money, they're depleting your resources with the approval of your own people. Then they see you as a dump site because your place is not developed. They see Liberia as a dump site, as a dirty place. Because what they are saying is just what I'm saying. That wish, as far as they're concerned, is not good for the country. So they say, you accept these people, you're managed with them. Even if they are criminals, whatever they do in your country, even if they cause, if they create havoc, even if they carry out murder, you accept it and you live with it because you people are nothing. Your country is just a trash. 51 countries that have been identified by the US government to accept deportees, including criminals who, underlying the phrase, who are not their citizens, meaning they're not citizens of that country, who are not their citizens. So what are the countries? Already 7 countries have accepted. 7 countries. The 7 countries are Rwanda, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Kosovo, Mexico, and Panama. They have accepted the offer. Yeah, they accepted the offer. Kosovo agreed to take up to 50 deportees, while Costa Rica, according to what is available from it's available to accept dozens. So what are the countries? These are the countries. I've already told you of Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Kosovo, Mexico, Panama, Rwanda. These are the other countries on the list. Angola, Benin, Bhutan, Burkina Faso, Cambodia, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Djibouti, Dominica, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Georgia, Ghana, Honduras, Ivory Coast, Kazakhstan, Liberia, Libya, Malawi, Mauritania, Moldova, Mongolia, Morocco, Niger, Nigeria, Peru, Sao Tome and Principe, Senegal, South Sudan, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Louis, Syria, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Togo, Tonga, Tunisia, Turkmenistan, Tuvalu, Uganda, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Vanuatu, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. These are the countries. That's it. Okay. That will be doing it for that. Sam Ricks said, Western culture has nothing on our culture. Look at Burkina Faso. Let us stop being a puppet. Kigati Pasawo said they will give them some money and they will agree. Yeah, there is the monetary aspect. I think Rwanda, Yeah, I saw something on Rwanda. I think, yes. Sam Ricks, Bwakai is not a born or naturalized citizen. Mustafa Bangura say you came to power with lies, but can govern with lies. Matthew Choloplay said Bwaka can even run CPP. Good. The whole country, like Liberia, Bwaka will run good. Bwaka just Josephus Mane. Okay. You pass by Bodneke, with his convoy, Josephus. Jean McBorough said, the boy came to power through noise. So what do you expect? Ma Mata's son, later known Bwaka, is a demonic creature. Christina Kuhn said, in the US, most of the time you have more than 20 bicycles together on the interstate. It's all about, I don't know what you're talking about. Steven Slasser, right now, Yeke is on his way to Sino County. Philip Nangwe, right now, it's starting to seem factual that both Neke do work for the NSA. Matilda Stevens said, but Neke is not men of God. Oh, Matilda, Hannah, how you know that? You know that man very well, eh? Okay. Oh. But the man say he evangelist now, Matilda. The man say he evangelist. Bishop reference. Okay. So that's it. That's it. Let's get to the line. 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 30 4497 07779 and then we talk something social and we out for the day. It's Friday. They say jolly weekend, and it's the King's Cash giveaways 10,000 and 5,000, 15,000. I hope that you are playing and continue to play so that you win your 15,000 for the weekend. It's going to be a great week if you got 15,000. Let's get to the lines now. 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 9803 75. Can have your say. Let's start with the women. Let's go to the women's line. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, what you call?
Hello.
From? You are on the air.
Yeah. Tracy Blymo. Sam Andrew, thank you for making my day today. You have said it all. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great weekend. Hello. Hello. You are on the air. You called and you went off. You are already on, and then you went off. Let's go. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Lower the radio. You can tell me good afternoon when I can understand you. The voice too loud in my ear. Lower the radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out right now.
Yeah, let's try. Let's go.
Okay. I told you. Hello? Hello?
You on the air. You on the air. Everybody listening to you.
Thank you. I came to the I tell you. Put me about that. They struggle my head. You are good. I don't want to do. I beg you. Tell me about that. Beating. Then they beating your head. Because beating to death.
Oh, you said you want you and Boga to fight?
Yeah.
But how is that possible? Why you want? Why you want? But you don't have strength. You don't have strength. Boga has strength.
Look at Barlow. Y'all know about me? Just try now.
But what kind of strength? What kind of strength you get? Well,
if you knock me down, then it will kill me. But one blow, that means when it drop, everything right there, they will be all them I cool now to know how to move from there.
You can walk good. You're not too strong. Then you want for a Boga that strong, that?
Look about Mr. Andrew. General, you don't try the general that talking to you here. I'm Major Do Good. I'm need it.
But you only call you below Boaga. Eh.
I'm Major Do Good. What did Boaga able to do now?
No, why me
able to make Pilipili before he fight?
Age-wise, you above Boaga, so you not get strength. Boaga get strength more than you. Boaga young.
I'll be that man, marry woman.
You 83, and Boaga 80. But anyway, you say you 80.
And I'm not depending on battery, and I'm not depending on no battery. Natural strength.
And you say you 83?
Yes.
You 83 years old.
83.
83. And Boaga 80. So Boaga stronger than you.
But Mr. Andrew, that's not working that somebody able to farm it at me.
All right, CDC, baby. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, respect.
All right.
Respect.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is David King.
Let's hear you.
I join you from my resident. Mr. Andrews, the burial of Samuel Doe, I have issue with it.
What is it that you have?
Okay, my issue here is we don't know that Samuel Doe was buried at Center Street. There's nothing that told the Liberian people.
Did they exhume his body from Center Street?
That's what we heard. And that's what we're getting. What I heard from Prince Johnson during the TRC hearing, the tapes are there. Prince Johnson said Samuel Doe was buried on Caldwell Beach. While you were there, some journalists came to him, they said, the people said you cannibal, you ate him, Prince Johnson, Samuel Doe.
But all in all, the confusion means nobody knows where Doe was buried, if he was ever buried. So you want to stick to the event today. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. So for somebody to just take a symbolic casket and carry side by side with the late Nancy Doe, I think people try to gain political relevance. Like you said, it's a political ship that they carry on in Grand Gita, but they did not go there to bury Samuel Doe. If so, then they should tell us the DNA report. Which one of the Doe children that whatever bone they got in the casket, you got heard they say they got bone there. That they took that bone and did DNA with it with some of the Doe biological children, and the report came and said, oh, yeah, it is confirmed this is Doe remain. And so we have to take it to Grand Gita to go bury. But let me say this to Bodnike and Yeke. Article 13 provide for every Liberian freedom of movement. So Bodnike do not have the right to even challenge Yeke. No reason.
But he wasn't. Bodnike was not challenging his movement. But he said he was guiding. He was guiding against any trouble that Yeke was going to cause.
Yeke did not go there to go make trouble. We saw Yeke. Yeke got here. People behind, they are riding a motorbike. Or was registered. Yeke said he cannot sit in one forum with Joseph Boaga, who is corrupt, who has done 50 times the thing that he accused President George Weah for.
All right, King.
So he cannot, two of them cannot sit on one hall.
All right, thank you.
The funeral. So he didn't say I'm going to stay. So when he coming from now, challenging,
right. Thank you, Chief.
Police.
Thank you. Let's go to the women's line. Hello. Good afternoon.
I'm patient today calling from Tubolo. Mr. Andrew, we in serious problem with the Baga government.
What's the problem?
But carrying them country to go and bury. We in serious problem with the government.
Oh, but that's symbolic burial now. They know that Samuel Doe, nobody can locate Samuel Doe's grave. Doe doesn't have grave. So they did it so that they would get political relevance. That's what they call symbolic burial.
Andrew, but they pastors there I will give they says that I will give Baga. Baga will just be going for the past president burying it. Don't be surprised next month. You go over see a person who the go bury.
Oh, how you know that?
Oh, but anyone a proper get power for?
All right, thank you.
La proper get power for money.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank God for life. Yeah, I participate making me laugh. Thank you for the show.
CDC, baby. They say you want for a burger.
The baby come on, who's helping me, Mr. Andrew?
And Bwaka is stronger than him. He is 83 years old, and Bwaka is 80.
The baby say you see passion and natural space. Mr. Andrew, thank you for the show, my dear fellow. My name is Sierra Brodsky. I call for Cinco. You know, Mr. Andrew, it's not a bad thing to remember the late president, but buying empty coffee for me, it really does not make sense. Yeah, they could build a wall, put out only maybe, hairstone, make it look decent for remembering. But what is the making of buying casting with no medicine in the hospital? You know what? That's 25, supposed to 30,000, 25,000 for the empty casting. I'm not medicine that money get back for the hospital. That be friend here, the country already struggling. Not time to waste money. It's good to remember the dead because he played a part. But you remember him too, you also remember the living. Okay, my brother, have a good day.
Okay, you too. Great weekend. Wish you. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. St. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm Peter the Vicar, so I call my honor speaker in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Mr. St. Andrew, the government cannot continue to play mockery out of the Liberian people. How will you take an empty casket? You carry in Grand Jida, you said, I'm going to bury do. And during the TRC hearing, the man who assassinated Samuel Kedo, Prince Weah Johnson, to order the brine and the casket and sent the ashes to the sea. You see what happened yesterday? And when you see this man crying because their expectation was not met. That's why you see Bon Naked crying. Because they thought that the Grandians are going to embrace them. But Joseph Walker entered in Grandian as a loomman. Nobody have time for him. We saw when Jangako entered. The people of Grandian are embracing. When Yega Koruba entered, nobody had time for them. And that's what made Bon Naked to be very much frustrated. He started crying. My brother Bon Naked, let me say this to you. Joseph Koruba, Honorable Yega Koruba is one strength is more than your entire government. So if you can't do anything to Honorable Yega Koruba, that crying doing the real time will come.
Thank you.
Will cry and you will fall down and die naturally. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. I'm hearing that Zopenon didn't attend the funeral. Hello.
Them Andrew, how you my brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
This is Dr. Master calling for Sarah this afternoon. Thank you for the show, sir. This is very strong. Don't joke with this. He's strong.
Yeah, the man said he wants for Boga. He 83 years old.
I saw him. He killed the look for my time at my house. The last time the lecture. And there I saw Pizzy Pape. When he walking, he had 5 men taking steps. So he say, oh, I saw he's strong. Physically, he's stronger. More than Boga. But I get what you go to. Even 140 say he get the best short, very short, but he's strong. He say get sick. He said you say you stop playing when here because you were bloody in his face. Go to the issue. When I carry body to empty cast bar. Say, oh, you want to bury it, do it was very bad. Liberians are suffering with need water, we need electricity. We need hospital materials here. But you looking at all over one, you put it aside. You carry empty casting, then you see ball, you can't ball, you are putting out security. What security? I want to say he came back to cause official in our country. We say no. You probably put it to carry the man all the way to Benjila. And they put the man to tell the man body again, bring it back to Tucson. It's where they cost the people. It was wrong. The part of the traditional. The people for the body, you probably put the man all the way over there for why we say we don't know. They don't bring back the man small. If mommy dog, it's not correct. What's that? You can't bring food down all the time. Bring food down. It's different. Just so that for day.
All right, man, Sisi.
Yeah, we need food. All the thing we need food. We want to. There is people are open.
All right, thank you.
So to have a good day for the weekend.
Yeah, great weekend. I wish you too. All right, man, Sisi. So I'm hearing that Zopenon didn't went to consult my news experts, and one of them told me that is possible. It could be the information that you're getting because the funeral took place in Zedro, and Zopenon wanted it to be in 2 zones. Besides that, there's this rift, and I think he didn't want to get himself caught up or create a scene given the way Mamindo behave. But that's what I'm hearing, that Zopenon didn't attend the funeral service. That's what I'm hearing. Let's go out of Liberia. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Brother Andrew.
Yeah, hi there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Today I decided to call on your show. I'm sorry, please allow me to keep my name in there. Take my number, call me anytime, so I'll discuss some issues with you, please. But now, I want to tell you, or I want the Liberians to ask Unity Party whether though they let though President Doe, whether he was Unity Party member. He wasn't Unity Party member. He was NDPL from the service.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Oh, you listen fine. Doe was NDPL partisan. In fact, the founder of NDPL, when Bagbala was the chairman, national chairman. Speaking to you from the Southeast, I was the secretary for the women in Maryland. The whole Southeast NDPL. So which are the NDPL chairman or executive on that barrier? They say Unity Party that went against Doe with other parties that went against Doe that made us to go into 14, 15 years war. And people they say going to bury Doe. The people in the Southeast were stupid. We're not stupid. We know what they're doing. They were not Unity Party, remember? So what we tell President Baka is let him leave those fancy things, let him leave those belated things and focus on development. African countries are moving forward. Development going on. Let him leave those things. Let him leave those things. He didn't fool us. He told us he's coming to develop Liberia. He told us coming to change the narrative. What is he doing? Something he doing grand gala, something for him to go and do. What's our president body? We don't know. That pain remains in us. We don't know where his body is. So let him stop what he's doing. So thank you so much. Thank you. So what I want to say is, please pick me up and call me. You might have a talk. Something I want to share with you. Please.
Okay. All right. I will do just that. Thank you so much. Very good observation you gave. That's true.
Yeah.
NDPL. I don't think anybody from NDPL was there. The party wasn't.
Was there? Yes. And some of the party chairmen are living. Even only Maryland, my teacher, that the director was the party chairman from Maryland. Mr. Collins was the Bashir. I don't know whether Mr. Collins living there. We won't scatter us.
And even though,
the other party,
most of the generations that serve in that government gone, but there are few who are still alive today in Liberia. Then they weren't there.
They weren't there. Like I asked a friend yesterday from Branjula, they said the Reggie chairman is there. Mr. Woods, Johnny Woods is there. He's the chairman for Reggie, Johnny Woods. NDPL. People are alive. I was in the secretary for the women. For the women, I was chair right in Dallas, Texas, USA. Who there? The same Action Party, I say Action Party, yeah, Action Party, the other party, and United Party. I was chasing the men that brought us to this 15 years, 14 years, 15 years, committed that the people stay going buried. They tend to with the southeast and water your own brains. I know water, God put good brains there. We have wisdom.
What do you make? What do you make of Zopenon absence from the funeral today? Because I just saw that and I left the studio to go in the newsroom, and they confirmed it that yes, he didn't attend that because he wanted it to be in Tucson, and they took it to Zedro.
Exactly. My little sister is in Granger, is in Zedro. I call her. When I saw it on the Facebook call, I said, "What's going on?" I don't want to call her back. Call. If she hearing me, she will know. So what she told me is, the people want to carry the body to Tucson, their home, those home. You can do that in Zedru, you do all those formalities, but the real burial they do in the men's home, Tucson. So Tucson is where they were. They said no. Yesterday was not easy. So if you carry my uncle to Tucson for the burial, then I will not attend it. That's why he kept himself away from it. He wanted the whole family, the sisters, the brothers, the other people, they wanted in Tucson in home. Because when how do you call it? When the University of Maryland build a house for those in Tucson.
All right, man.
When Doe killed Trouble, it made him so happy, so he built a beautiful house in Tucson for him. So the place is well furnished, so that the family plan to bury their son, their brother, their uncle.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that idea. I will do as you have requested. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Understand.
Okay, great. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. I think you listened to me 2 days ago. I told you that it was so good at President Weah not going to grant you that. And you saw what happened grant you that because people of grant you that would never welcome Joseph Boakai the way he expected to be. So people will say, the people of grant you that we can be President. Yeah, it is false. Let me go to the issue of the president's children. Look, they are divided on Mommy never did work for the entire football. There are a lot of people of children and Zopenon were in Tucson. Most people are calling body. According to them, last one they were on spin. In fact, Mommy took $130,000 United dollars from the government. She and we were only running the show, and the other children that all telling the show like December dollar was Zopenon. That those songs. Here is Tucson waiting for the ballot. They complained last year. So to talk back, I don't know what kind of country, what kind of president we get. We're not even able to solve such a problem between people, but people continue to make him. What's up? I mean, started from Liberia, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice weekend. Hello. You are on the air.
Something I want to know is the same boy that came on the air and says from the hair to the tail, nobody gave his treatment, nobody supposed to let him there to die. It's the same man.
Yeah, that's the same boy again.
To talk about Yeke. He has not repented because he have. The Bible says for all things are passed away and there's new creation. He has not repented, so I don't know. Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. Great weekend. I wish you. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon. What is your name? Where you call from?
My name is Peter Stein. I joined from talking to the chauffeur. Yeah, Mr. Andrew, yeah, from the beginning you were saying somebody should tell you about the stewardship of President Boakai now under the leadership of then President Doe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were firstly hearing something called the PL480. PL480, and then the American people who saw arrest. They entrusted him to manage that project. But I know that someone has said he always mismanaged who I was giving him second chance. He managed the PL480, the American people brought all kind of American or allegations against him. Check the internet, PR480 Labima, it will tell you. Then he went to become the agriculture minister. Don't launch something called the Green Revolution. He was tasked to get out of Green Revolution. He carried on serious corruption. He mismanaged until they had to sack him. He got dismissed. He didn't leave there in peace. He was sacked.
But how you got all that information, so my man? How you know? Wait, man went off. Okay, just hello. You are on, Chief. Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah, good.
For Nikkei, that will put people have way beyond. Everything that happened way beyond. He didn't get back into our power had to go beyond. You see me, so I got on Sano County. A pajibo grandchild.
But the man was making Yaka Koluba to know that he not small man too. The man said the way Yaka was moving.
What you to do now?
So Yaka must know that.
People had to go down before me were here. And your pa, one they push on my father. One they tell my uncle on the car. Go pajibo son and my part some part there.
But how you know that? How you know that? You saw it. You saw Bonege do
I
that.
don't see it. I was not there. I was immovable. But my uncle told you. Won't tell me. Yeah, they can tell me the story. And my uncle, my pajibo, he was director. So it's when APF entered, the people who went for treatment to Boneke went push on at me. So Boneke must start my thing. You can't call by going son go pajibo son. After Jacob pajibo horse, Boneke tell me on a car, like drag that man till I made that. Boneke my people have way beyond. People in people I didn't want to for him.
All the thing you talking, you are not there. That people told you your belief.
I was my mom was there. My mom was there, my baby brother was there. And then I want to get all the story. After me, I got part, they said, man, push up my father, peace. You quiet, peace. My uncle, he tell my uncle the car, drag that man. So we take up buying sample of Jackson. He put a sample program for each over there. Care who the crew people name. Yeah? I'm not there, but my story. Now I say story can come. My man say le fee. My brother say le fee. My older sister say le fee. So you holding it against him? I hold it against him. He must stop it because we not get time today. We not get time because our police dying. By your son, then you can't go back.
So when let me ask you now, if you say you went to this program, your organization, I know that you're in organization. I just saying it the way. Then Boneke there, that Boneke heading that program. And then you got to go and shake the person here and speak to him. You speak to Boneke.
I will not speak Boneke because you now repent. If you repent, you come to believe everything to pass away. You come to bring things like in the past. So that begin my heart, but then I get uncle. All my uncle, everybody Boneke killed it. My papa Boneke killed it. I get nobody to rotate.
Yeah, I hear other one. I feel your pain.
I will not shake your pain.
So he's
woman, I got children, I got great children.
Yeah, but wait. So when he show his hand to shake your hand, you will not show your hand too. You will not shake your hand.
I will not show my hand because I'll be crying. You see my people in the way cave.
Okay.
So let you stop that thing.
Hello.
You can't go for Pajibo son.
Okay.
That was my partner, my grandpa time. Go see how you born the kid to school. You can't go there. Oh, you can't.
All right.
Hey.
Bye. Okay. Bye. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Cut the radio off. Cut your radio off.
Yeah, sir. If you want to put in the country, embarrass the country, that we the citizen and we don't know how we do in the country.
So what happening now that you know?
They put politics to put in bad business. They were all the one they want to do in a politics doing.
Yeah, but that what the English people call that one symbolic barrier. That means the person, the frame, the one we call dead body, is not there. So they take the picture. So it's just a symbol. That symbol there, that the picture. So it would be saying like that the frame there, but I mean that not the real frame, that picture frame. And you can get picture in your home, and you can put it up. So that is seen in there.
My personal photo all in my room. I was standing there.
All right. Thank you.
You can't election to be quality all day.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Let's go, Chief. You are on. You are on the air. Okay. Thank you. You are one of Chief. That's all. That's all. Let's go to the ceremony today that took place at City of Hope, which is under the supervision of the former First Lady of Liberia, Mrs. Claire Marie Weah. There's been this argument that state resources set up that place, government money, they took government money to set up that place, and they are coming. They are coming to take siege of that place because it is government money. The graduation of the student place today, and the First Lady was very, very emphatic. She was very strict to this issue that had been coming out. Unity Party, we've said it. Unity Party target or Joseph Iman Boaka target is George Weah. Everything that you see him doing, that one man he has in mind, George Weah. He's doing everything to get at Weah, but it's difficult for him. The Access Recovery team said in a statement yesterday that in July, they will make more arrests. Means several persons will be arrested in July, which will be next week. The planning inside, and the same people they're planning with, leaking out the information. They think they're smart. The Access Recovery team, the instruction to Claire Martin, Councillor Edwin Claire Martin, to make sure that every property owned by George Weah is seized. That is the mission Edwin Claire Martin on. You already know what that's it. Claire Martin, all these things that you see the men doing, it's just like, you can say, warming up. Yeah. All these things, all the people that he have, that you say, oh, the man going after, they're not a real target there. They're not a real target. Look at the things that they holding people for. Rest, business, all the time. When will it click to your mind? The people's real target, I've known this thing from day one. The people target is Weah. Listen to the people talk. You hear the partisans, you hear the officials. And he became president in less than 6 months. He built this, he built that, he built that. You hear them talking, they talk it with vexation, with anger, with hate. Claire Martin instruction, make sure you get to that Weah man. Final. When you hear Claire Martin saying, we've done this, we have spoken with governments out of this country, they are aiding us with our investigation, they are providing us. There's other thing, they're not the people here, they're not the petty ones. That we are you referring to. That we are. You said that. You don't be carried away by the petty thing, you see. They're doing all those things just so they can say, oh, the Access Recovery thing, Access Recovery. But the people main target, Unity Party main target is Weah. So the First Lady, who is the CEO of Hope Foundation, the woman restated her commitment to serving Liberia selflessly. That all resources, she went on to say, all resources or money supporting the foundation, they were sourced internationally, Meaning, they went and talked to people. Say, I get this project in Liberia, and I want you to help me. I get this idea for children. I've set up the children village called City of Hope to do this, to do that. They will learn in this, they will learn this other training or this discipline, but I can do it on my own. I don't have all of the money. I need you to help me. Then the person will say, oh, okay, Mrs. Weah, we understand your idea you share with us, but we don't have what you want. However, we can help you with 10,000. That one there. Then she goes on the other side to the other friend and say, I get this project in Liberia. I want you to help me if you can take the responsibility of this part of the building. If you can take responsibility of the cafeteria, that will be fine. So then it will say, give us a rough estimate of the cafeteria. So they send the proposal, they look at it, say, oh, 15,000. So we can afford 15,000 on the cafeteria, or we will fund the cafeteria. We'll take responsibility of it, meaning they now will provide the money for that. I'm explaining what it calls sourcing. When the government can do it, individual government officials can do it, that normal thing all over the world. When you hear the government say, we want to do this, but we don't have the money, we're trying to source the money, meaning to appeal to people to help. That's what they call funding or sourcing funding or making requests, selling your idea. And all of us can do it, even in our community, our organization, in the church, where you can do it. You can go to a friend. You say, oh, I want to enter the university, but things not easy. I'm not getting money. I want you to please help me. Then the person will say, what does it take to enter the university that you want to enter? Meaning the person is saying, give me a full understanding of the financial aspect. So if everything to enter the university is 250 US, then you put it to the person. Then the person say, I don't have the 250 that you want, but I can give you 150. So what you have done there, you have source funding. That's what the woman say. But Unity Party people say, because she was first lady, that government money she took, so they want to take that place. You ain't no Unity Party. The woman say, supporting the foundation work was sourced internationally. Money. She went around begging for money. That today, during the graduation ceremony, let me quote her word for word. She said, I am asking anyone who has issues with what we are doing here, you can come over and find out from me. My heart is clear. There is not 1 cent of personal gain in what I do here at Clara Hope Foundation. Even the finance minister knows, Senator McGill knows, and my husband knows. Every source we use here came from international sources, meaning every money that what she meant, every money used came from international sources. You go, you ask the people. Sometimes when you sell the idea, some people look at it and say, oh, Mrs. Weah, we saw this thing that you doing in Liberia. We saw it was being showcased on the internet. How can we help? We want to come in. We like the idea. That's another way. So you sell it. You see, right now, people on social media, what they're doing, they put in their construction work, their idea, their everything. They're selling their intellectual property. And people saying that, they say, oh, but we can do that. We can help this person. How do we get? Then they search there, they see the number. Then they call. So, so and so, we are so and so from Tajikistan, and we've just seen your idea, and we think that it's important, it aligns with our policy. How can we be of help to you? That's another way. Apart from you asking, they can see your idea on, then they say, we want to be of help. She went further. She said, I don't have to be born in Liberia to love Liberia. If I had listened to everything people were saying, I wouldn't have done this. I lost my father at a young age. We had no one to lean on. I wanted to give people hope. There was a lot of noise, but I closed my eyes. When we started this foundation, things were very difficult. Listen, when we started this foundation, things were very difficult, but I cannot stop thanking George, meaning her husband, because every trip he made, he always brought something back to help me push forward with the foundation. Meaning, when we goes out talking about Liberia, other thing, when he finished talking, making the case for Liberia, the developmental case, when the partners are convinced, when they finish now, then he say, okay, my wife get a project in Liberia, and we also need you to help us. Yeah, I beg you people. Meaning, when he finished talking about Liberia now as president, what countries, other partners need to do. When they finish with that discussion, and then he bring Cloud Foundation in, and that's what a good husband does. The husband fronts for the woman, and the woman builds on it and maintains it. You get that? She said this led to the birth of this great initiative, building this city of hope. I am grateful for the staff I have here. The ceremony took place today. Scores of individuals, including former President Weah, Senator McGill, Musa Bilete, Len Eugene Nangbe, and scores of former officials and current officials from the Ministry of Gender. I hope the gender people that went there, Boaga will not sack them. Because Boaga doesn't want to see his people associating with people from CDC or Weah. So you see a good husband. The man chose his wife's success, chose the living. The same thing that Jesus said, that what Weah demonstrated. Initially, it was reported that Weah would be out of the country. He himself said it. So he wasn't going to be at the burial and reburial in Grand Juda County. But he cut short his trip, or canceled that trip, for the satisfaction of the wife. You remember that expression in the Bible? It said, what it said? It said, a man shall leave his father and mother and cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. Administration right there. That what God was explaining. The non-procreation, the administration. Yeah. So he did exactly what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 9. He said, let the dead bury the dead. You as the living, move on. Let's go. Let's work together. Going to Grand Juda County, sit down, just to feel sorry for people who ain't feel sorry for themselves. The man opted to go and give his wife that boost, that encouragement, the motivation, the inspiration. That what unfolded. Great occasion it was today. Great occasion. Let's take a few calls on this, and then we are out for the week. So, the birthday coming. Oh, you don't try me. All of you don't try me. Your everything. Give that everything. No, yeah, give that everything. Material, finance, or the drink, salt drink, or everything. And they won't buy biblical, because when Jesus was born, Jesus' birthday, they carry. The Bible says, and they open up the treasure and they pour out gold, frankincense, is all those things. My great people. So let's go to the line. That's next week, Tuesday. Let's go. Just have your say on this one. Hello.
So they would say the more power.
Well, let me ask you, what place you can be at? And you call that, yeah, you can sound like you in the hole.
I can be in my room.
No, yeah, but it can be too clear, because they're not alone listening to you. Thousands of people listening, so they want to get you clear.
Okay, I can be in my room, Papa. I can be.
So you just lock yourself in your room.
Yeah, I want to.
You put yourself EJ.
Yeah, I want to contact my
Let's hear you.
So what do I do? I want my compound. They want to tell the compound too.
Yeah, they say that government money she take to build it. So they coming for that one too. Oh, you went awful. Let's go on the other side. Evening, it went off. Yeah. That's why the woman say, let me respond to that as quickly as I can. That every funding, every dime was sourced from outside. Ask people to help. Every dime. Nothing came from Liberia. Hello.
Good evening, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is Mohammed Donald Sana Jr., a person of Liberia. Last night, I'm trying to phone this video. I talked about black guys and Hollywood. It has something before of free calling. You always say, don't say that, don't say that. But see the people attitude in this country. You know what they are doing. So I want to send this statue for Mami Fanawu country for like I guess it is stop with water. I tell them no point now. Water will never get a percentage in this before.
All right, Chief.
We campaign for President Weah, we not this way.
Thank you, sir. You're not too clear. Hello.
Well, sir, Andrew, good evening.
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I got money. This is Mr. Freeman David from Boyster, IGB.
Let's hear you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you. My dear brother, I really push for the time. But however, this tree is like the country that I want our country. The thing is called traditional. Tradition is one of the souls are eating the country. No here, no tea. From 1847 up to now, traditional keep eating the country. So now, like bro, that graduate from that thing called tradition, because the world is getting advanced. Everybody thinking faster. The other day, improving. A year, I involved talking with you. Where Broad Street there? It's through the matches of technology and not traditional. Traditional kept the country will fought them all ourselves. No here, no tea. Why you call traditional? Hello? Hello?
My man, so what are you saying now? What are you saying, Chief?
You know, what we are saying, I heard someone saying traditional, and I followed the program today after very far impact there today. Yeah, really. But however, I give God a place. Everything has a time. There's a time today for the former president just to tell about the generation of workers to say, yes, there's the site of where they place the former president.
Thank you,
I
sir.
think that is historic issue.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Once again, the show for talking. Mr. Andrew, everything they point out on one thing. President Baka want to fight. Like everyone.
You want to fight?
But man, I've been feeling what that Boaka is something. I said the clarification made by former Liberian First Lady Claire Weah, the graduation ceremony at City of Hope Foundation today. That's the last thing. I've been feeling with Boaka and Granji there a long time. Anybody go there?
Andrew,
I've been feeling with that thing, Chief.
Hello? No, I'm not speaking to that. Hello?
Yeah, but that's why that is the reason I opened the line. And I open the line for Boaka.
Yeah, but speaking to what the first lady said, what we hearing is that the guys are saying, even if not the country money, she was not in your private capacity, all the time she was working with this and that, she was out of Liberia, she was not doing it, she got to become first lady. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm speaking to. Because they don't want to come clear. They are very jealous and envious of what the lady did there, so they want to claim it. So they are saying, so long she was first lady she did, it means that because she got the position from Liberia, so why was she gone when she was there? It belonged to the state. She was donating a private capacity. That's what I'm saying. He want to fight. Say he want to fight like everyone. Like everyone. Former President Weah, all of the people who this guy is stepping on, they got want to fight. He's not old, he only want to fight. So saying he old, he want to fight, that means a young man going to be young man.
All right, Chief.
That's what I'm speaking to.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Andrews, thank you for the explanation. I'm Pastor Cooper from Balance Precisely.
Let's hear you, Pastor.
Yeah, you see, what the Bible says, envy no man, and jealousy is a sin that leads to destruction. When a lady comes today into the program, like you regularly said, outline her sources of funding. Government need to take key to that. Even if you compare that to what happened the last 12 years when the former vice president was vice president, who is president today, why Tato did not bring in money to bring developmental initiatives to this country? A Tato, because you were vice president Tato at that time, why he didn't bring in money? But it doesn't matter the Tato. What matters is the person within the Tato who carries the Tato, depending on your character and your connectivity, locally and internationally.
Exactly.
So you just say because the woman got Tato, so because of that, any funding she made for government? No. That's a wrong judgment. I think the court will decide. Thank you.
Thank you too, Pastor Cooper. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrews, and let me say good afternoon to the many listeners. This is David King, and I do join you from my residence. Let me say bravo to the former First Lady and her husband, President George Weah, has had this country in his heart, from the soccer field to the executive marshal in his political life. He has always had this country at heart. And this initiative carried out by this First Lady, I think she's the second First Lady that I have seen that have thought about human resource capacity building. I saw that with former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor when she was First Lady, and now Claire Weah. You know, people who think about education, you will always see them carry on their own endeavor in making sure that a dream, aspiration is met for their country. But in the case of Katumo Boaka, they sold 300,000 for young people. 1,500 for 150%.
Oh, that's scholarship,
yeah, scholarship to go England. All right? And it was discussed on Spoon Network and other network. So, do not be jealous about Claire, because Claire, for her, she don't have to steal from a Liberian poor. She giving back. Because Claire, I've always said, today, in his life, she appreciates George Weah so much because we are who she is today.
Okay,
so
Chief.
she giving back to Weah. She see herself as a Liberian, not as a Jamaican, as looking that she
Thank
she
you
is
so
a Jamaican.
much, sir. Let's turn to the women. Thank you for calling. Great weekend. I wish you. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, Sir Andrew.
Good afternoon. Let's do it quick.
Yes, it's our calling for Johnson. Thank you this hour for the topic. You know, my brother, because it's not Katumu Baga did I think. Now Katumu Baga paid school, so it's making the people themselves. Send that job we are in naked men, a woman get a hat for the library people, children to build a class foundation. I was going to school. And you see, so it's hurting the people because they were there for 2 years and they don't do it. She was former vice president woman. She don't do it. All the money they have, they only there for their self, they're not there for the people. But now they can't, they let library people. And library people say, they're going to have law for them. So that the jealous say them, everybody know it. Every time we be here, they're going to be traveling, going, coming. She begin things, she begin people. They will go and donate to our school. We seen it, we seen it. They know that father, but my father inside. The more even to who she was having foundation and she loves children and she been doing now first time they're doing it. They know it. But you know the people they are jealous because the woman having kidnap having the care when they fly all around the country. They come back, one way to carry out and the tea or can they put away what they want about it, what that one they were talking. Then now they say they come to go and money they were beating.
All right, Mama, let's bring on your sister. Thank you for calling. Have a great weekend. Hello. You are on. Hello?
Yes, actually, this is my CCAG.
Yeah,
hello?
Let's hear you. You are on the air. You are on.
Okay.
Everybody listen to you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say thanks to the former first lady. He make my day. They go how they say they will arrest the woman, drag her and naked her. What they said on their spoon too, that she will run up, but she did it. I listened to them last night. They were discussing it. The other man said they now cheating her to escape the country. The woman that can escape country. No, she will not do it. The woman got also fat. Everything they put on the other money. They don't put it in government. She went and looked on husband needs. She loved her husband. They put no husband for that reason. They put help for what you were doing. It was a good place for the children. When you like good in Boaka and your mother vole, for a very massive family preference vole, it means a row, person that want a row. You bring all the college scheme in your office. You tell one file for our children today. That you can't come also. On the North King, but you say, oh, you're calling for the go university. Well, how far you go now? My son said, Andrew. Now, how far you go? When you're letting your great family in a hole, they want to take it free of charge. Somebody asking you, they're talking about looking for a road there also. You let good thing and today you're living in Brazil, you're finding color and dollar, then they go water. All the night you want to take good thing for somebody that they some of what they bill. You lie, we're not happy. They won't be all past us. Your parents will start to the government, will say they want to pass the fee. She will go to the court and tell them real step. And I know she can lie on people and she got a document. So every effect she get it in there, she get it for herself. She will not be lying up and say, oh, they want to do it, watch that lie. If you look at your government, say, go to the player, you're going to carry the machine in, look at that, go to it for them, bring it for see. Thank you.
Thank you too, man. CC, great one. Have a great weekend. I wish you. Hello. You are on, Chief. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you, Sam Andrews?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank God. And you?
I'm great. This is the Right of Gibraltar, and I call you from my comfort in Great Support. Johnny Hartman is my name. Hello?
You are on Right of Gibraltar. Once I say hello, it means you on the air.
Yeah. You know, I listened to a guy on Spoon yesterday. You know, some guy there, I don't know the ages, but it sounds so naive.
My man, please speak to what you've heard.
Yeah,
what
yes,
I talked about.
I'm speaking to.
Chief, I'm not referencing.
I'm speaking about class we are issue.
But Chief, you can't come here and be referencing other people. You say what I said, then you heard one man. Then you go, you respond to that one man. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Cut off the radio, Chief. Cut off the radio.
Yeah, I'm Nicholas Kofa.
Cut off the radio.
Pape, cut off the radio. I come over. Yeah, I'm Nicholas Kofa. Yo, Pape, Boaka Fida. Why you are doing is rare for the country. Or because the why you want to take fly we are in that why you building all between Liberia and Sierra Leone. And when you're offering, so you can go and stay there so they can take it from you too.
Because the same thing was, he said, they said that we are doing, they didn't want to say, and you go bail, all instead of doing Liberia border. All I want we hear in there, we know. He
Okay,
now has
Chief.
no good plan for the country.
All right.
He's just there to put people together.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank all of you. You did extremely well. Let's read a few of the comments and then we are out for this week. Helena Flomo say, no. Matthew Choloplay writes something that useless boy guy can never build in his whole life. That he wants to take from the former first lady. J say if Walker come in for that place, he better come like man. And who else? John, your name too long, all kind of thing, but the idea is what important. He said, let the woman explain, man. Who else? All right. The other ones that you're writing, you want to be careful. Not careful, but you just want to avoid using certain expressions that are not right. Why it is your right to express your opinion, but you're being followed too. Just as you're following us, you're listening to us, you're being followed by people who aren't calling, they're not commenting, they're watching, they're listening. You're being followed by them too. So you want to be careful with what you write, the kind of words, what you say. You want to be careful. Equally, it's not because you have access to call to the radio, so you call and use certain expressions like you're killing, death, all the kind of stuff. No, you can't do that. For you people, you ain't get time, you ain't know it, you ain't know the laws. You can call into a radio station and say, I want the person, or they won't happen to the person, or what happened to that person or the president. I want the law can say, oh, so you allow your medium to be used as this, as that. They can call that we will go stand to be explaining and be asking us that, but you already say you're gone. So that's why when you're calling, when you're saying certain things, it can cut you off. When you're calling on the radio, your anger the radio should not be the medium by which you express your anger. You can express your anger, but let it be a moderate one. Let it be with words that will not stir. It's not because you want this or you vex. So you call, you say, John Josiah will make sure John Josiah will die. Yeah, I say Moses, like, we will kill a man. No. When you want to do that one, don't call into a radio station. That one, under the law, the book can hold a radio station. That's why talk show hosts are very careful, mindful of what people say. When you hear them, they are restrictive, and they get that law in mind. You know, you don't get time. All you know that radio station will take telephone and call. So you'll be careful. They say a hint to a wise is quite sufficient. I see you. Today is Friday. Yeah. The news is on at 6 in just under 30 minutes is 5:27. 6 o'clock, King's Newsroom is on. You want to follow it and get the latest development that unfolded today and still unfolding. And then at 6 o'clock, CDC Hour with Isiaka Sharif is on. And then at 8 o'clock, CDC Hour is from 6:50 to 7:50, 1 hour. And then at 8 o'clock is the night's biggest show, Face the Issues with Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah. You don't want to miss it. Share it as many times as you can. So that's it. We're back tomorrow or next week, if God permits. Don't forget now, it's Tuesday. All of you, great people. I see you. So we FC Barcelona is signing. SCB is signing. Yeah. We're talking about our team at the weekend. I see you. If God permits, we're back next week, Monday. Shalom.